The following program was provided by an independent producer solely responsible for its content. The opinions expressed do not necessarily represent the views of this station, its staff, board of directors, or underwriters.
Welcome to GameShift. On tonight's show, we have Shining Resonance, The Club 2, and some other videos from E3 that I brought.
And I have Sid Meier's Civilization 5.
Join us on GameShift. So the first video we have is Jump Force. This was from E3, which I'm pretty excited about because it brings together a lot of the Jap animation characters that you're familiar with and puts them in one fighting game. So you'll see a little bit of that. Brought a lot of videos from E3, so we're going to kind of jump through them all pretty quickly because we've been on hiatus for a couple weeks.
That's right.
Because of stress-related issues, I guess.
Work and, like...
But yeah, this looks pretty good. It has like, Dragon Ball characters, One Punch Man, stuff like that. So looks to be pretty good. You just get a little bit of a rough idea about what it's like. I don't think there's actually any fight scenes yet or any gameplay footage. But this is just like the beginning or something like that, or one of the openings. But it looks promising, and I hope they have a pretty good control scheme on it, like a Dragon Ball Fighters. It had the best, pretty close to a Street Fighter control system, and that type of game is awesome.
Yeah, it does look. From the video, it looks pretty good. It looks like they spent a lot of time with the backgrounds and everything.
Yeah. All 3D, I think. The characters are 3D models, where Fighters went back to more of an animated look, which was pretty good. I like that a lot though too. So I don't know how many characters. They haven't announced all the characters yet. They're just kind of showing you what the game's going to be like. So that's Jump Force.
Well, we'll wait for it.
I know, exactly. Then this is a little glimpse there of the last character in the game, probably, or one of the bigger characters, I'm not sure, the enemy. So yeah, the next game that I have is Fallout 76. It was just announced, also at E3, so it's supposed to be a little different than like the Fallout series has been lately. It's more, I guess it's more of an adventure game, I'm not sure, but it's also going to have a lot of multiplayer elements in it, where like you could be against each other. You could actually launch nukes now. They say it takes a long time to get to the point where you can actually launch a nuke, because you're going to have to gather all the resources, build stuff. So it's going to be a huge game. I'm sure it's going to be incredible, and it's going to be really, really fun. So it's more like, I guess it's more like a strategy RPG, where like, you can really like do a lot of stuff, multiplayer and everything. You can make teams, stuff like that. That seems pretty good to me.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good. So it'll be all online, I guess.
Yeah, it's going to be completely online.
That's cool. That'll be interesting.
I don't know if there's going to be like a single player. I'm not sure. I haven't heard much about it. I was just at awe of it, because you're like, oh my gosh, what are they going to announce now? And Bethesda makes all the great games, so everything they make is just gold. So
yeah,
you get a little bit of an idea of what it's like there. They're just mapping everything out. It looks really good. Looks better than some of the other games. And there you go, weather changes, stuff like that.
Not bad.
Yeah, it looks decent.
It does.
I just want to hear more about it. But moving on, I also brought in some PlayStation 4 stuff.
Oh yeah? PlayStation.
Yeah, The Last of Us 2, which is the continuation. of a game that I wish I played.
Yeah, I heard great things about the first one, but I don't think I could justify buying a PlayStation for just that.
Right, yeah. There's a group of games that I would want on the PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
A lot of the Naughty Dog stuff, actually, because Naughty Dog makes this. They also make the Uncharted.
The Uncharted series?
Yeah, the whole Uncharted series is Naughty Dog as well.
Hmm.
So, I mean, they really drive the PlayStation 4's power with those games. It's just something they did, and they don't release on the Xbox. But now Crash Bandicoot released on the Xbox and also released on the PlayStation 4, and Crash Bandicoot is Naughty Dog.
Well, that's
so
good.
there is hope.
Hope for the future.
Nathan Drake on an Xbox. That would be super.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the graphics look really good. I mean, I knew that when the first one came out. You were just like, wow. But yeah, it's looking pretty good.
Hmm.
I mean, this game, Uncharted. There's a handful of games. Shadow of the Colossus. Handful of games that I would just buy the PlayStation 4 for, but I don't know.
Yeah. It's, the cost of the console and then the games and the controllers
Right,
and everything
right.
else, and it adds up.
So this is pretty much just the trailer, I believe, and he's gonna find out. I think the bad guys come along. I guess there's gonna be a non-playable character that's in there as well. Another one that wanders around with you, like the first one.
Oh, jeez.
Is it a zombie?
Let's see. That or a non-playable character.
And the thing with this game was like the zombies. You had different types of zombies and the different type of skills the zombies had. Whether you had like screamers, some of them exploded. If the screamers scream, other zombies come running in that direction. They're not actually called zombies in this game. I forget what they called them, but they were different. Yeah.
So you had to learn how to fight each type.
Right. So that's basically that. I mean, this is just the trailer. If you want to see more of the trailer, I would say look it up online. It's pretty good. So I'm moving on to Shadow of the Tomb Raider. This is the next in the Tomb Raider reboot.
Oh, okay.
And both games were awesome. This one changes it up a little. We're going to be a more advanced, evil, almost like evil Lara. Which I don't think we've ever seen an evil Lara before, but she's definitely turning into the Lara Croft of the future.
Yeah, I can't remember an evil Lara either.
Yeah, but Crystal Dynamics has been on a long ride with their Tomb Raider series, and if anyone involved with Crystal Dynamics ever watched this show, I would love another game, Legacy of Kain, re-released would be great.
Well,
Remember that game?
I don't know if I do.
Oh, it was so
What was
good.
that?
It was like it was almost like a Tomb Raider type game, but you were playing like a vampire. So you actually had to, when you killed the people, you could suck the souls out of them. So they called it like Soul Reaver was one of them. It was the next one. That was like Legacy of Kain 2. Yeah.
I remember Soul Reaver, I think. I didn't
Yeah.
know. Yeah, I got
And
you.
they're
I
all
remember
related.
now.
Like, yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, Soul Reaver, I remember. I played a little bit of that. That was very good.
Yeah, and I want more. Like, Crystal Dynamics doesn't just have to make Tomb Raider games. Bring back some classics.
Yeah, why not?
In this type of environment, Legacy of Kain would be awesome, or, Soul Reaver. Or make a Soul Reaver 3. Because there was a second one, I believe.
Yeah, I forget what I played that on, but I don't think...
Yeah, it was on like Nintendo and stuff. Like, I think it was the... I don't want to say Super Nintendo. I thought maybe PlayStation. The first PlayStation it came out on. But this looks good. It's more of a Lara Croft adventure. There's going to be a lot to do. There's different enemies. You're in a different area. You know, I'm sure you're going to go to other areas as well. But she gets pretty mean in this one and murders a lot of people.
Really?
That's what I was thinking about, like these Tomb Raiders. She's just killing so many people, and she's just like, yeah, I killed a lot of people. Cool.
Yeah.
She has no.
But you got the treasure.
Right. She gets the treasure for a treasure. People's lives are worth a giant diamond. But I'm gonna move on. The next one we have is, oh, you brought Civ 5.
Oh yeah, Civ 5. This is a game. This was one of my. This is a classic. Most of these games have been fantastic. This one I rated 10 phalanges. I got I don't know, many hours in this one. They did release Civ 6, which I purchased, but I think I might have too much time invested in this one to have really gotten into it. It's one of those games that takes a lot of time, a big learning curve. So I went back to showcase this one a little bit. It's still relevant despite its age. The graphics are still pretty good and still actually requires a pretty decent rig to run it. But I don't know. It's one of those games that I booted up and I got very into it right away. I think we're just starting here. We're gonna play the Korean Empire, and this guy is very good at developing some science. You won't see a lot of the games go on. They could go on for the standard length of game could last about 8 hours. So it's something that you have to do in more than one sitting usually.
Or at work.
Or at work, yeah. If you have one of those jobs, at work would be good. But you can see, I mean, for an older game, the graphics are still decent. Not, you'll see as it loads here. But yeah, it's something that it's different each time. So I've always liked these. Each time you learn something new too. You'll find something you haven't seen before, or you get yeah, it's just all in all great games. I don't know what I'm waiting for though. I thought it was I don't know.
You clicked it, I think.
Did I? Maybe it's still loading. I wonder. It's flickering a bit. So you basically start off with a settler and a warrior. You go ahead and you build your first city. I think I built it right there because it's on a hill, on a river, right near the water. You can see some wheat, some other resources around. And you kind of choose what you're building. I usually start. I think people normally start with a scout, and then either a library or a church, or if they want to go the religion route. There are expansions for this game that I think make it kind of a lot. They enhance it quite a bit. So if you do pick it up, you can usually get it on sale with all the expansions for not a lot of money. The sixth one, they changed it a little bit. You can develop, instead of just building the city, you can actually build other buildings within your borders, and they will get points depending on what they're near. I think libraries or certain science universities will get more points being near jungle or mountain tiles, so you can really maximize it. Instead of this one where you just build a library in the city, and if you have or university in the city, and then if you have jungle or tiles around, you would get, for each worked tile, you would make more science each turn. So they've changed things up a little bit. I wish I should, I've been thinking I should start playing the sixth one of these. They released a few expansions that I haven't picked up yet.
Is this did you get the whole package deal with 5?
With 5, I did. Yes,
Yeah.
I did. I bought it I bought it years after it was released. I bought one. I got it on
You
sale.
got like the gold edition.
Something like that, whatever it's called. And it's basically the game, but with all the expansions, so you don't have to buy them all together individually. Yeah, I don't know. I've had a lot of fun with these. Not just this game, but other games in this genre. I think they're pretty decent. But I don't know. Have you into them? Have you ever played anything like this?
I haven't played any of them. No.
No.
I don't know why.
Yeah, that's all right.
It's definitely an interesting game though, because you learn how, when you learn the the schematics of the game, you can play it very well. You can get really good at it. So yeah, I've seen it. I've seen giant levels.
Yep.
But yeah, I just never played it myself. I don't know why.
That's all right. There's You can do multiplayer with this. You can do it either local area network, or I think you can even reach out using Steam and play with people, all over the world. So that's something that's pretty cool about that. I haven't done too much multiplayer. I've tried to set up like a few games with some friends, but again, it's limiting in that it takes so long to play a game. Even on short, I think a short game could last like 6 hours.
Yeah, so even if you're playing it online, you got to dedicate 6 hours to playing the game so you'll win.
Yeah.
Or your buddy will destroy you while you're away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so that's Civ 5. It's a great game. Check it out.
This is Spider-Man. This is just the trailer again, a new trailer that they released for E3 again. And I mean, this game looks incredible, and it reminds me of the old Spider-Man games that I loved a lot from Activision. Like I don't know if you remember those, but they made the best Spider-Mans. And just the swinging along the city was great. And this looks to improve on that and have an awesome story to it. You're playing more of a different Spider-Man character, obviously, than the one in the movie, because no one wants to use that one because, then they'd be tied to the movies. So you're getting more of a comic book version of the character. And then you can get all the comic book versions of the bad guys, and they can go anywhere they want with them. So trouble lurks in the city, so he's saving her from a helicopter.
Yeah, I do remember some of the games. I think Nintendo 64 had a great Spider-Man game.
Yeah, exactly. And the Activision just kept improving on it. They had like Spider-Man 2 and stuff like that. And so now this is done from Insomniac, who's been making some great games lately. Like they've made a ton of great games, and this is just the next one. It's the next logical step for them because Sunset Overdrive, they made that game, and it was huge. The world was pretty big, so they, I think they're getting a lot of experience, and they're expanding their horizons, and they got the Spider-Man license, and they just took it,
Oh, it looks pretty great from the video. Like you said, very similar, but enhanced.
So this obviously shows some gameplay. This is what the gameplay is like. You can jump on walls and stuff. It's pretty neat. I mean, just the stuff you can do. There's one of those like finish special moves. I don't know if you'll be able to do that all the time, but super strength.
Spider sense.
That rhino, yeah.
Yeah, it is cool that they don't stick to the movies, because they would be stuck with whatever villain they're using.
It's just a couple, right now they're only doing like the second Homecoming movie or something. I don't even know if they're doing that. Who knows? Who knows where Marvel's going?
Oh, wow.
That's pretty much showing off a lot of characters here, so. You have 3 villains already seen in this trailer.
Yeah, who will be in it? That's cool.
But yeah, I mean, we don't have to watch the whole thing. We can move on to the club too. So I actually played this, and again, like, I started playing it, and the controls are very tough. It's classified as like an arcade driver game, but the controls are a little clunky. I didn't really like. I like the first club better actually now, and I played that for quite a while. But this one, you can go race to race, and the whole thing with this game is how many fans you have that are following you. Then you get more money, you get more cars, you do more races. It's okay. So what did I give it? A 5. I gave it a 5. Yeah, it's an average racer. It's not like they didn't reinvent the wheel on it. They didn't really, I love the jumps and stuff. They're pretty good, but the controls brought it down a lot for me. I don't know, and I don't know. It's just pretty good. The graphics are pretty good. It's just an average game though. Like there's nothing special about it. They could have made this. I'll bring it up again. Forza. They could have made this like a Forza Horizon, and those games are just incredible, and the way they play, and you could do anything you want in them. They should have made this game more open like that. I mean, you can play in open mode too, but it just, something's missing. You feel like something's missing the whole time you're playing this game. Even during the race, I'm kind of just like, does it look like you're going really, really fast? When that happens, it's pretty cool. But this is just the title sequence, and that's why. So now they're switching you to the boat. So you do have the ability to drive cars, boats, and airplanes.
Oh.
So you can do all that stuff. You do tricks in the airplanes. The boats, you're just racing on a boat. The graphics are pretty much incredible. It's just the gameplay is kind of, I don't know. I want to say even when you're racing and it's high tension, you're not really like, you're not really getting that real feel like there's an adrenaline rush or anything. You're just like, all right, I'm playing the game. I don't get any emotions out of it.
Yeah, it doesn't bring you in. It doesn't draw you into it.
I'm just like, why did I hit that? Why did I hit that wall?
Yeah.
I didn't break enough, but.
Were the controls with the boats or planes any better than driving? Or are they all a little bit quirky?
They're all a little bit quirky, yeah. So, but next I brought in a little bit of Shining Resonance Refrain, which is like a remake in HD for a role-playing game. I believe this was only available in Japan. I gave it an 8 because it is really good. All the characters are different. They keep showing themselves, and dragons. There's dragons in it, and you basically control the dragons, and they can so you're
really?
fighting other dragons, and these people want to control your dragon, so they're coming after you, and it's pretty neat. But there's way more of a story there than what I'm telling you. But that's the beginning of the game. So you're just finding out that you're like one of these people who can control a dragon. So it's pretty neat. And then you have all these other people in your group who are just trying to help you get through your quest. And then they find out that you're like, special. And they're like, oh yeah, so they're following you around, and you meet very unique people in it. The animation's great. The voiceovers really good. Finally, this game came to America, and it's just pretty awesome. It's part of the Shining series, which Sega did for all the systems, if you remember. Shining Force, stuff like that. Oh. Yeah, it's the same.
It's part of that?
Yeah, it's part of that world. So.
Wow.
It's very interesting. It's really cool that they brought it over here finally. And then, we can move on to Unravel 2. Unravel 2 is, of course, Yarny's second adventure. And now you can play 2 players, or you can play 2 characters with 1 player, which is what I'm doing. And it's way more difficult to play with both characters with 1 player. But you're stuck to each other with yarn, so you can't go too far from each other. So you got to figure out how to get through the level number 1 by not losing your buddy. So you always have to try and stay together in some sense. You can see, I think I'm carrying the other yarn, so you can carry each other, but you're not going to get through the level by doing that. You have to separate, and then you can throw your yarn, and then you can pull the other guy back up. It's really cool. You can climb on things now. There's all kinds of different abilities. I had to go all the way back because I missed it. So
the jump.
Yeah, I missed the jump. So now you got to figure out how to get over there. So you have to use your yarn. You have to jump up like that. Now, switch characters. Get down over and swing back up there. Right? It's so cool. The stuff that they added with being stuck like this was so cool. I was just like, I had no idea that they did that. I was like, oh, this game is so awesome.
Yeah, I bet this would be great with 2 people.
Yeah, it would be so fun. So, yeah, I'm going to try it with 2 people soon, see how it goes.
Yeah.
You'd be yelling at each other.
Probably. No, go over there. Like a little puzzle.
Come on, get up there. But yeah, I gave this one a 10 because the first one was so good. I played that all the way through, and then the second one is even better. They actually took a game, and I love that they took it and just implemented all these new mechanics, and they just took it to a whole new level. I love that. And that's what every game should do, you know?
Yeah, some sequels like the Club 2, they just kind of they use like a fan base they already have and put up some other game to get more sales. But
Right.
games like this where they actually put time and love into making them,
Yeah.
that's where it's that's good.
I mean, I just loved the first one. I couldn't put it down. And then this one I put down only because I'm playing Dirt 4 still.
You got to be almost done with that.
I'm almost done.
That's cool.
I got you know, not much to go on there.
That's cool.
But yeah, yeah. So the graphics are as good as the first one. They really look like, you know, yarn, and the environments are really cool. And you walk through. I went through like a playground level, stuff like that. It just keeps on. The worlds just keep on expanding in this game, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And it's just so much fun to play something like that, where someone just, you know, made a game like that. And a lot of the games that are coming out now are kind of copying like Limbo or something like that, where they want to be stylish, but there's nothing to them. Like you could walk through the whole game in an hour. I forget what game it was a couple weeks ago. I told you I played it and I got through it. I didn't even realize the end was there. It was so short. But
I forget
games like that, you know, they make no sense to me. You pay good money for these games, and then if you're gonna walk through it in an hour, you're not getting your money's worth. You know. But anyway, that's Unraveled 2, and I think next week I'm probably gonna have No Man's Sky. I'm hoping.
Oh no, that would be cool. They
Yeah.
got that big update. I guess there's like a 12 gigabyte update that I was heard, and the original game was like 8 gigs or something.
Yeah. So Xbox is supposed to get that update as well, and it came out Tuesday for Xbox. And I don't know what else is coming out, but I'll have something like that. Probably No Man's Sky.
Yeah, nice. I'm not sure what I'll do. Maybe I'll do the PC No Man's Sky if that's any different.
We could do like a comparison.
Yeah, maybe I'll do something like that.
That'd be good, yeah. So that's it for GameShift tonight. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time. Catchphrase.
Rad.
The preceding program was provided by an independent producer solely responsible for its content. The opinions expressed do not necessarily represent the views of this station, its staff, board of directors, or underwriters.